It's on.
I know. We're live. Okay. Hey, we are live from ASD. But before we actually start sharing with you some really important stuff, we want to make sure you can all hear us. So if you're on, jump on, because we are going to start in a couple of minutes here. We are here at the ASD Show in Las Vegas. Woo! Las Vegas. And we're here actually for a few different reasons. Las Vegas is awesome to be at. This is a show that, Neil, you've come to.
Over the past, probably almost 18 years, I've been back and forth to the show. So I'm not going to say I'm a real master of this show compared to others, but master enough to know what works, what people are selling, a lot of the vendors that are here. Some people recognize me from previous shows. So an interesting place to visit for products or merchandise.
So we're going to show you a little bit of the show here. You can see. So not a very busy show. I mean, compared to some of the shows that we have done, like internationally, in Europe, in Germany in particular, or in China, these shows here are quite smaller. But we want to talk to you today about this particular show because we hear a lot about it. We get asked a lot whether or not you should come to the ASD show and look for suppliers for hey Lynn, suppliers for to help them private label products. And as I mentioned, we get asked a lot, is ASD the type of show that we should go to and find suppliers to help us private label products? And as you read in the title here, the answer is no. As we've been telling everyone for ages, it's really not the place. Hey, Paul! Really not the place. ASD is not the place to find products and suppliers that you can actually private label. This is a great place. Like when we're working with the retailers and the chain stores, this is a great place for people to find products that they can bring into their stores that are other people's brands. It's a great place to do arbitrage, to find wholesalers or distributors to arbitrage, so you can flip it and then do arbitrage on sites like Amazon or other online sites or in your retail store. But to private label products, to find products here and then private label them, it's just way too expensive. And a lot of places don't even do that. They don't even offer you that.
Or they don't want a private label because they want to sell you their brand. And when they say, sure, we can private label, but it has to go through another person, which is going through a middleman, which is going through China, and you have to buy 10,000 units. Why?
And it's too expensive. Like we were just looking at something literally that we saw in China. When we take our groups overseas to China, we take people overseas, we do training there, we go right into the Canton Fair with our team and with everyone, and we help find products that you can private label and start businesses or add products to your business. And one particular product that we found here, we saw at the fair, and Neil said, remember we saw this in China? The price was quadruple the amount, right? I think it was like $4.50 is what the wholesale price was, and it was under $1, wasn't it?
In China.
Like 90 cents in China. So look at the numbers there. Even when you add in all the importing costs and all that stuff, it's still so much less.
Right, and we even asked the person, he was a quasi-distributor slash retailer here. He's saying, sure, I can private label for you, but you have to buy 5,000.
Hey, Parody.
Well, that's because his minimum is 5,000 from China. So why would you want to buy from those people who are just, again, searching throughout China to then advance and sell you those products?
Yeah, so
and
you're
again,
like
no
starting,
control. You're starting over again.
And there's too many people in there. They're
too many
taking
hands in the pot.
from your profits, right? Can you guys hear us okay? Hey, Parody. Can you hear us okay? Just want to make sure because we're in like the room in the conference in the convention hall, and it's quite loud. So I'm not sure you guys can hear us. So again, the number one question we get all the time is, should I start going to these trade shows that are here local? And I mean local, like in the USA or in Canada. And it depends. If you're looking to do arbitrage, then yeah, it's a great place because, you could still do that in China, yes, but it's a great place here to find distributors. But it is definitely not a place for a private labeler. And that's the number one, save your plane ticket. Go to China because that's where you're going to meet the suppliers right away, and you're going to be able to make those connections. And again, one of the misconceptions, and if you've been following us or watching any of our videos, one of the misconceptions with China, which I think a lot of people, another question we get asked a lot, is that the MOQs are too high. We've been seeing MOQs at this show that are ridiculous. I can get lower MOQs going directly to China. So that's not true. Like, you'll go on to Alibaba, and I know a lot of people, you know how we feel about Alibaba. We understand it may be the only resource if you can't get directly to China. But the MOQs, even on Alibaba, ridiculous. So, but the thing is, it doesn't matter what those, even if they're really, really high, they look ridiculous. If you know what to say and you know how to negotiate, those MOQs that you see are just there to scare people. They're not the real ones. So again, don't be fooled by that. You know, you come to these type of fairs, and the MOQs are no different, because they're buying them from, you know, maybe they are buying them from Alibaba for all we know, but they're getting them from China.
Right, and we did meet with some Chinese exhibitors that were here, and they're living in the USA, and we said, well, where do you get your products from? Of course, they said, well, we're getting them from China. I said, well, what city? He says, I don't know where they're coming from. We just order them through someone that we met in China that we know.
A trading company,
and they find it for us, and they then hand it over to someone who may live in that town. I said, so you don't even know where it's coming from? I said, but you're the distributor. He said, no, we don't know, but we can always get it for you.
And as you know, the number one thing that we teach, especially at our live events, is how to figure out who is a supplier, who that supplier is a manufacturer, is a trading company, who they actually are, so that you can be effective in negotiating and getting right to the real source. You know, not all trading companies are bad. However, you want to try to get to the top of that food chain, right? You want to. Hey, we want to make sure that you guys have the right resources to be able to decipher who's who, so that you get the best deals, because that cuts into your profit margins, right? One of the things that we teach. And I do want to kind of plug here, we do have our live event, our Colorado live event, where we walk you through the entire process of private labeling. But not only do we do that, we do it with you in a small group, as in a workshop. And we do it with you side by side, and we build a private label blueprint. You literally get a blueprint, and we personalize it with you. And then even better, we actually share with you our team, so that you have our team to work with on the importing side. Because importing, for most people, it's scary, and we don't want that process to be scary for you, and we want you to be able to do the thing that you're good at, developing the ideas and the products. So we share with you our importing team, and it's for those who come to the live event. We take that part out of the equation, so you get access to them. So the next event is in May. So make sure you head over to our website at privatelabeluniversity.com, click Start Here, our live events, and you will see our live event that's happening in Colorado. It's a 3-day live event. You get everything. I mean, you'll have everything: the toolbox, the emails, the communication, the blueprint. I mean, we literally leave you with everything and give you everything. Plus, you get Neil and I one-on-one, which is great, and our team. So check that out. The next one's in May. I believe it's May 17th. It's 3 days, and it's in Colorado. It's going to be awesome. But so we are here, as I mentioned, for some of the chain stores that we work with, looking for products, and these are kind of arbitrage products in a sense, that they're looking for products to add to their retail chain stores, not their own private brand. But I thought we would come in and, like I said, do a video to share with you, because we get asked this question a lot, and I don't know if Peter is still on. Peter, you still on? Because I know we briefly talked about this as well. You know, is it worth it to come to the ASD show when you're trying to private label? And again, no, it is not a place for a private labeler, as we call, to come here. I mean, it's great to kind of see what's out there and to see different things, but not to private label, because it's too expensive and there's no one here to do it for you.
Right, and
Go to China.
We even found companies from China here, and we said, I think we've seen that product. Oh,
hey,
yeah, this product is 2 years old, but we're showing it here because not a lot of Americans have seen it. So now they're selling you, or they want to sell you, old products.
Oh,
you go to China, you don't see that. You're going to see new products.
Yeah. And that's actually, we should have done an interview with them. We had manufacturer that came in, and I said, anything new? And because we recognized them from the Canton Fair, they recognized us actually from the Canton Fair. So we were talking with them. I said, how's the show for you? And they said, it's not a private label place. It's not a place to do OEM. However, I said, anything new? And she said that it's for the Canton Fair. So those of you who are coming with us to the Canton Fair, I would definitely share with you this contact, because she has a bunch of new stuff. If you're in the toy industry, a bunch of new stuff that she is
launching at the fair.
And also the other one in the pet industry that also will be there. They're going to be launching some new stuff at the fair. And that's what's so great about the Canton Fair, is that they launch new stuff that haven't even hit the market yet. So you're the first to get it. So that's pretty awesome. So we have a question here. I can't see the question. It's so...
Is it possible as a new small entrepreneur to buy directly from a manufacturer, or should we always...
Oh no, I might lose you if I add this. Okay, here.
Always expect there to be a supplier between us and the manufacturer?
Great question.
So the answer is yes. As an entrepreneur, you can buy directly from the manufacturer. Of course, the manufacturer will have certain stipulations about how you're going to buy the product. So originally, of course, they'll say to you, oh, we need a large MOQ. But again, if you're testing a product, if it's in the beta phase of the product, you want to see how it's going to work for your company, you can say to them, we'd like to test this product. It's going to be a little more expensive, possibly.
And so what we do in our live training is we give you the exact words and templates of what to say, how to respond to an email if you're using email, or if you're going to use WeChat, what you should be talking about, things that you need to be expressing. And again, we dive in deep, especially in the Colorado Live event. I mean, you're getting everything. And what we do is when we get together live, we're going to implement. So one of the things that Neil and I are really big on when we train is to implement, because it's really easy to take a program, and this is why we did the live events. I mean, we have an online training program. It's a great program, but realistically, most people don't get through an online training program, or they need more. They need to go deeper. They need to have that direct contact. So that's why we developed the live event. So at the live event, we walk through that whole thing. We give you templates, and then we implement with you, right? So we want to make sure that you're starting so that when you start and you start getting responses, you know what to do, right? And we're going to be with you when that happens. We give you one-on-one coaching with us even after the event, because we know that after the event, you're like, oh my God, that's so much information, and now people are contacting me, and what do I do? So we're there to help you with that as well. So it's pretty awesome. Like, it's not just learn the program and then figure it out. It's we implement. I want you to have homework to do before you even come into Colorado to meet with us, so that then when we're together, we start implementing, and you know what you're supposed to do. And that's why when we build that private label blueprint with you, it's personalized. So hopefully that answers the question. So that's going to help you. Like when you're getting responses back, for example, and you're getting responses back and you don't know if that's a manufacturer, we have different ways of telling you and showing you how you can filter out and see who's a manufacturer, who's a trading company, how many people are involved, and so that you can then see what that food chain looks like and then decide, where's that good fit for you. Because the more people that you involve, and you're not, say, going directly to the manufacturer, then of course it comes from your profit margins, right? Because you're laying out money. People are looking at us here. I don't know if they're taking pictures of us. I don't know what that means. Hopefully that was helpful. Is that helpful? Yeah? Do you have a date for the next live event? Yes. So if you go over to our website, privatelabeluniversity.com, we do have our live events. I'm in the process of updating the menu. So I think it still says start here, and then it'll say live events. The next one's in May. So it's May 17th, I believe, to the 19th. And what I love about this is it's a small group. So we sell out really quickly. I just announced it last week. So we sell out really, really quickly because we only have a small amount of spots. Our big thing is to make sure that we do it in a workshop style, in a group setting that is small, so everyone gets Neil and I and our team with them all the time. So it's not like you're going to have some stranger coming and talking, and it's not a pitch fest. So I don't have speakers that are coming in and selling you apps and selling you things. It's a workshop, and you're working and you're learning. And that's basically what the live event is. So it's in May 17th to 19th, and you can go over to the website. You can register there as well.
And we're going to have a special thing. I'm going to kind of seed what we're going to do, but I'm sure people are familiar with HSN and QVC. We had a meeting this morning
yes, that's
with
right.
the people that actually developed HSN and QVC, and we're going to have something amazing to introduce at our next live event. And to the people
well, they
that are
didn't envelop
and the
it,
people
but they developed a certain thing around. We can't tell you too much information, but
all the
we
people
want
that
to
are coming
share.
to China with us are going to learn about it.
Yeah, you guys are going to learn about it. We found some really cool stuff that we're going to share with you. So it's pretty awesome. And that's one of the things we do. I mean, once you make this connection with us and that you start training with us, there's so many other things that we kind of throw in as we get along. And you guys are the first invited to learn about it, which is really great. I don't know how I'm getting both of us in this video. For those of you who know us, I don't know who's on. I'm not even 5 feet and Neil is 6 feet, and I thought, how are we both getting in on this video together?
Because I'm crouching down. Otherwise, I'm going to be out of the picture.
Yeah, so I'm like thinking, how are we doing this? So, okay, good. So I know there was another question here, and I don't know how to go back to the questions. I want to study with you. Oh, excellent, Lynn. Awesome. That's perfect. We would love for you to join us. Great. Peter, what are you saying? Great camera angle? Is something I should know about? Okay, great. So, again, thank you for joining us. We just wanted to share with you because, again, a lot of people ask us, should we be spending our time at the ASD show? And if you're doing arbitrage, which is something that, we don't encourage, we've been there, done it, we've been in the industry for over 35 years. And, we've been distributors, we've been licensing, we've been manufacturing, distribution, arbitrage, wholesale arbitrage, retail arbitrage, and private labeling for 35 years. And this is not combined. If I combine, I'm 18 years, almost 19 years doing private labeling. Neil, 35 years. That's why he looks so much older than I do. We've been doing this for long enough to know that when you're ready to take the step to really see more margins and take control of your products and take control of a business that you have literally control of. You have control of the price, you have control of what you want to sell, you have control of an industry and build a brand globally. I mean, now, like years ago, you didn't have that option. You didn't have that ease of building this brand globally. You do now. We've helped thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs and small businesses and retailers take it to the next level. How? All by private labeling. This is the way to go. I mean, we have private labeled thousands of products. And like I said, 35 years, 18 years of doing it, arbitrage is not the way.
No, and as Karen said, the problem also with arbitrage, remember, when you come to these shows and you're just doing arbitrage, the people that are selling you the products, they're saying to you, what are you selling it on? Oh, if you're going to sell it on Amazon, they get ideas, and then they're your competition. Your suppliers are your competition. So with arbitrage, the more that you're selling, they're saying, great, now I got to sell it here.
You're
now
building someone else's brand.
You're building someone else's brand and business.
And you know, we've been in retail for so long to know that, there's people decide and they tell you what you need to be selling your products for, right? That's ridiculous.
Terrible.
You need to have your own control, and private labeling is a way to do it. And people think it's expensive to private label. It is not expensive to private label. That is a myth, another myth. There's so many myths, right? So again, private labeling is the way to go. And this show, as a private labeler, not the place to be.
Not the place to be.
Go directly to China, to the Canton Fair, or other areas. We import a lot from Europe and from India and from Mexico and from all over the world. It doesn't have to be China, but here local, there's not many fairs, unfortunately.
And you're building up their business, not your own.
So that's our 2 cents on the ASD show. But I must say, I did get, there you go, see I'm so little. I did get a fun stuff to bring home to
Gadgets and gadgets.
Yeah, just to play with, and then, but of course I'm here with Neil and myself, and every time we go in and we look at something like, we can get that in China for a fraction of the price. Why are you buying that here now? So anyway, We hope you enjoyed. Maybe we'll be able to pop back in tomorrow if we have more stuff we want to share with you, some things that have happened over the next little bit. But
so for those who are on internationally, auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, bye for now, 再见.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye, 再见.
Thank you. Bye-bye.